In this video, we are going to be discussing how the Max Plus One badge perk is going to completely break NBA 2K25. Now, I don't think people really understand how bad this is going to be in a good way for the players, but it's going to break the game. So now what I've done, because I've been watching all these build videos, your boy hasn't slept for more than 5 minutes. So I've got a couple of builds that I've kind of got open up. You guys can see they're all up here. Um, and I'm going to basically just be discussing how this plus one badge perk, which by the way, it's going to be, we can get it every single season. And also I want to tell you guys the best way to utilize it at the same time. So first of all, there's a couple of things with this build, but what I'm just kind of particularly focusing on the shooting of this one. Most of the builds you guys will see is going to be the shooting most of the time, but you guys can see with a build like this that's already solid. Now for me personally, I do think as a PG this year, you're probably going to have to be 6'3" or lower in my opinion. I think those are going to be the best so point guard builds. I think for shooting guards, 6'6" is looking like the wave. I'm not going to lie to you guys, forget the 6'8". The 6'8s are dead, okay? Just forget it as a shooting guard anyway. But anyways, the Max Plus One badge perk, if you guys don't know what it is, essentially you can basically upgrade your badge to one extra tier, and you can get it every single season. So for example, with a build like this, and I'm going to show you the final build, and you guys will see how broken that's going to be in the end. This build, for example, it's already got really good drive and dunk. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got good vertical. Probably needs to upgrade that to an 82. We don't know what the requirements are gonna be, but I reckon it's gonna be like an 82 or something. It's got good steal. Also, by the way, you can also use the plus one perk on his steal. But let's just take the shooting for example. For a build that's already OP, you guys can see this is more of a slashing build. So if you guys don't know, so it's a slashing build that if you leave it open, it's gonna obviously shoot the three. But now all of a sudden with the plus one badge perk, they're going to be able to get gold limitless range. Gold limitless range. Now, we don't know the difference between Hall of Fame and legend limitless range. I'm very curious to see what the difference is going to be, and we're going to discuss that a little bit more as well. But with a build like this, he's already going to get gold limitless range, kind of very similar to the steel as well. Like, in my opinion, if you're going to make a lockdown this year, do not go for 99 still. I know you guys are going to be really wanting to go for 99 still. We do not know how OP these stills are going to be. Plus, the plus one badge perk is also going to help you bring your badge tier an extra one. So this is just one of the builds, okay? Now that's for it. Obviously, that's also with the still rating. Now with a build like this one, you guys are going to see how OP this is going to start to get. So with a build like this, you guys can see with this build, I think this build is going to be very similar to what Taish, my teammate, is gonna make. Like I said, the 6'6" height just looked very nice this year. In my personal opinion, I think the 6'6" would basically be the equivalent of the 6'8" from last year. Everyone's gonna be making a 6'6" once they realize how much better the 6'6" are. Obviously, if you're gonna be a power forward or whatever, then you might want to go a little bit taller. But with a build like this for the 6'6", you guys can see now you're only able to get gold Deadeye, but now all of a sudden with the plus one perk, now you're gonna be able to get a Hall of Fame Deadeye without even having to have the requirements. And also, you can also get Legend post fade Phenom with this badge perk. This badge perk is gonna completely break the game. Now, what I'm curious about, I don't have the build up on screen, is I'm trying to figure out personally, say for example, this is not one of the builds, the 5.9s and whatever that have 99, 3. I want to know what difference is gonna be with a legend build, sorry, a legend limitless range with 99.3 and someone that has a 96.3. Obviously, I think that's going to give them Hall of Fame or something like that. Anyway, whatever the Hall of Fame requirement threshold is for the three-pointer, and they upgrade a badge perk to a legend. So I want to know what the difference is with someone that has a 96 three-ball, for example, with legend limitless range, and someone that has a 99.3 with legend limitless range, because that's where it's gonna start to get really, like, if 2K Lab comes out and is like, this is not even that big of a deal, then that's gonna be an L for people that make a 99 three ball. Now, when it comes to the centers, it's the same thing now. So obviously, most of the builds I've picked is obviously from Joe Knows. So shout out to Joe for dropping all these amazing builds from the community day. Now with this build, first of all, do not make any build with 910 offensive rebound. Okay, use your plus one perk for this, kind of similar to what I just said about the three-pointer. Go to 96, use your plus one to use your plus one badge perk to get it to Hall of Fame, so you can still have a 96 offensive rebound, Hall of Fame. And the difference is 4. I've noticed it's usually about 4. So if you drop this build down to like a 96, you're still gonna have this overall is gonna go down to a 94. So that means you still have a lot more to play with around here. Do you know what I'm saying? So For me personally, a build like this that's already very over. I think this build is very OP. By the way, I think it's a very good sort of like inside out kind of build. I wouldn't really shoot a lot of threes with it. We don't know how good the 74 three is gonna be, but I do think I'm also gonna be going for like a 74 or 76 three ball. I'm not about to be making a high three because I barely shoot threes when I play the game anyway. But anyways, back to the point. The point I'm trying to make is you guys can see 99, and now with the plus one badge perk, you can also get Hall of Fame rise up without even having to go to a 96. So you guys really need to think about how you want to use this, plus one badge perk. Now, the way I would personally use it, for example, a build like this, I'll personally go down to a 96, and then I'll use my plus one badge perk because that's Hall of Fame rebound chaser for you guys that don't know. And then I'll use my plus one badge perk to get it to legend. And then I want to keep grinding the game until I get my plus five attributes. And once I get my plus five, I'm going to use that to max out my rebounding and then put the plus perk one somewhere else. So now I'm going to be able to get a Hall of Fame, legend rebound chaser, and then use my badge perk plus one, whatever you guys want to call it, on say standing dunk. I think loads of people are going to be using standing dunk, or you can even use it for the break star. I think the break star is going to be very underrated because a lot of people maybe don't want to go to 93. Maybe the 93 is a bit too high, so you can go to 87. I believe 87 is a gold break star, and then just use your plus one to get it to Hall of Fame. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's really going to change how people are going to play the game, and I think the people that are going to be the most annoyed are people that make builds like this one, for example, like Joe Knows made. Like, I personally want to know what the difference is going to be from a build that has a 99 offensive rebound legend badge and also a build that's going to have a 96 Hall of Fame rebound chaser, but then I can use my plus one to upgrade it to legend. I want to know what the difference is because personally for me, the question I want to know is this build right here, 99 offensive rebound, goes up against another center build that has a 96 defensive rebound with a 91 strength, because you guys know people are going to be making that build, 96 defensive rebound, because they want to get legend plus one perk. You guys get the point, right? Will this build out rebound that build? Because if it's not going to out rebound that build, then I'm sorry, this 99 offensive rebound is just ain't going to be worth it. And I love rebound on 2K. So that's another one. Now, the final one I want to talk about, which a lot of people aren't going to be focusing on. You guys, if you guys don't know, by the way, from 7 foot or whatever it is, 6'11", 6'10", whatever, they can all the way up to 7'3". You guys can all get limitless range on bronze. Now, this is the one that's gonna really break the game. Now, 2K's already talked about how important heights is when it comes to contest. Now, when you go to the park and you're gonna see a bunch of these 7 foot, maybe park, pro-am, whatever you want to play, right? I know there isn't a lot of 7 footers in the park, but maybe pro-am, for example, and you're getting guarded by a little player. Now, with a build like this, look at these two badges, okay? They're going to be insane. You already have set shot specialist on Hall of Fame, right? With the plus one perk, you can put this to legend. So you can have legend set shot specialist. How OP is that going to be? We don't know. That's one. Two, with your plus one badge perk, you can get Hall of Fame Deadeye. How OP is the Hall of Fame Deadeye on a 7'1"? Can you shoot over people's head? And now, more importantly, the one people aren't really talking about, which is going to be insane, is the limitless range. Okay, imagine 7'1s, 7'2s, and 7'3s. By the way, so 7'3 can also get bronze limitless range. They use that plus one badge perk to put it to silver, and then they use the takeover because you have a lot of shooting right here, and then you use your takeover to get more shooting attributes. Bro, how deep can they shoot? Because silver limitless range, you can still shoot relatively deep. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you can't shoot deep, and you're gonna be 7'3". With all these contests, like, how are people can people contest you? Like, how OP is it gonna be? So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, with this plus one badge perk, I think 2K is gonna be like, okay, this is gonna be OP. And if you know how to use it, the way I would personally use it, like I said, I'm always gonna use it as a placeholder for my plus 5 attributes. So meaning, for example, you can't use it on this build, but let's just assume right here. Okay, so see where the block is. So the block right here, I think you might need a 92 or whatever. If it's the same as last year, you're gonna need a 92 for what's it called, for gold rim protector, whatever the badge is called this year. So what you want to do is use your plus one badge perk whenever you get it. I reckon it's going to be level 39, kind of similar to last year. They're going to put at level 39 every single season. And then once you get your +5 attributes, just use it until you get your +5, and then once you get your +5, take it off and then put it somewhere else. You can always interchange, you can always test it out. And now we're already talking about all these players. We're not even talking about the main players. The main players, the slashers, all these little, oh my god, the slashers. Everyone's gonna make slashing builds with a 96 driving dunk, and they can all put legend posterizer on the build. Okay, how OP is legend posterizer gonna be? Because they're saying there is a significant jump between Hall of Fame and legend. Everyone's gonna be using +1 perk 96 overall, and they're gonna be flying through the roof, bro. So I think this +1 badge is gonna completely break the game. I think people are just underestimating how OP it's going to be, especially if you put it on the right set of build. And also, if you put it on the wrong set of build, you can always interchange it. 2K said you don't have to fix it on one thing. You can always switch it around, whatever you feel like, you want to try. Posterizer one game, limitless range. But I do think for the bigs, oh my god, like these 7'1" builds. I mean, look at this build with silver limitless range. You're gonna see 7'1s pulling fades now. Like, what are we doing, bro? I don't know what 2K is doing with this. Let me know if am I over exaggerating with the +1. I mean, I personally think once the game comes out, you guys will see how OP people are gonna start making. They're gonna start making some crazy builds, and I think the 7-3 with silver limitless range is gonna be one of them. But anyways, I don't want to keep you guys for too long. That's just pretty much it. If you guys want me to talk a little bit more about some of the builders, I mean, the game's only coming out, in 2-3 days? So you guys are going to see anyway. Your boy, I can't wait. We're going to get on the stream and we're going to start. Listen, my build is to my playstyle, so y'all don't clown me, okay? Because everyone, your build is... Anyways, that's going to be for another video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, okay? And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.